Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Science, and today in this video I will be talking about the planetary energies and the influences which are impacting the sign of Sagittarius. It is a very important time to understand that multiple planetary influences and energies are getting concentrated in one way or the other in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the natural ninth sign or ninth house of the natural zodiac. So it deals with dharma, it deals with righteousness, our belief system, our religion, our religious beliefs, customs, rituals, ancient scriptures, anything which is related to law, philosophy, higher spiritual knowledge, wisdom, teachings of our Guru, blessings of our Guru, divinity, optimism, any kind of knowledge which can take us towards the path of light, which can evolve us, takes us to some higher spiritual consciousness, that is Sagittarius. And when multiple planetary energies are getting concentrated in one way or the other in this important sign, it becomes a very important time frame for every one of us, because wheresoever the sign Sagittarius lies in your horoscope, you will be understanding that this is the time when you need to be very careful regarding certain planetary energies. And that is the reason I thought that I should not make ascendant wise content for this particular video, because it is not about one particular planet, it is a concentrate. On 3rd of December, Mercury entered the sign of Sagittarius. On 5th of December, Venus entered the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is now hemmed between Sun and Saturn. Sun is 12th from Sagittarius in the sign of Scorpio. Saturn is 2nd from Sagittarius in the sign of Capricorn. Mars is retrograding in the sign of Taurus, and by its 8th aspect, it is aspecting and energizing the significance of the sign of Sagittarius, where now Venus and Mercury is transiting. So you can say so many multiple planetary influences are getting concentrated in that important sign. And just opposite to the sign of Sagittarius, we have got the sign of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury itself, the sign of communication, our curiosity, intellectual ideas, our inclinations towards study, towards knowing anything, our thoughts. That is the sign of Gemini, which is actually now getting aspected by Mercury and Venus, and now Mercury and Venus are under the aspect of Mars, which is retrograding in the sign of Taurus. Now when we understand the energies through the natural zodiac, it becomes so easy to understand. And then when we put those kind of energies in our own horoscope, we understand that the clear picture with better clarity. Venus at this moment of time is getting afflicted, trust me, because Sagittarius is a fiery sign. Venus rules over water element, Venus rules over Jal Tattva. So for Venus, it is just like exploring the love, pleasure through the ideas. It is not like that. Sagittarius is not a sign where Venus will feel that calm and composed form of love. No. Sagittarius is the sign where we need to work on our ideas, constant work, by the teaching and preaching of our Guru. So here Venus and Mercury, they both has to devote their work, their significance through the ideas and learn new thing. When we talk about love, pleasure, luxury, comfort, that is what related to Venus. So one way or the other, this is a wonderful time to use our ideas, our thoughts, our communication in order to learn new things which we love the most. Like suppose someone likes a particular subject or likes a particular area of studies, this is the time when he or she can devote their time to learn that particular subject. Because when you talk about devotion, that is also Sagittarius. But when you talk about love, relationships, that has to do something now, because Mars is impacting the sign of Sagittarius and Mars is retrograde. So whenever a retrograde planet aspects a particular house or aspects a particular planet, it energizes, or you can say all of a sudden the significance of that particular planet will be very much coming in front of us, that something needs to be done regarding that. And Mars is transiting where? In the house owned by Venus. Mars is transiting in the sign of Taurus. What is Taurus? It is the second house of the natural zodiac. It deals with wealth, finance, family values, our value system, our security which we get through our family members, our near and dear ones, and there Mars is retrograding. And Mars is aspecting the second lord of the natural zodiac, that is Venus, by its 8th aspect, which is transiting in the sign of Sagittarius. So this is a very important time when we need to be very careful regarding our expenditures, regarding how we are dealing with our family matters and family members. This becomes more very important because Mercury is the natural 6th lord of the sign Virgo of the natural zodiac. Virgo is 12th from Libra. Libra is the relationship, partnership, negotiations, diplomacy. So you can say in one way or the other, here Venus is getting afflicted. If we talk about the sign of Sagittarius and the influence of Mercury and Venus, then I will say Mercury being a conditional benefic planet, in a close vicinity of a natural benefic planet Venus, Mercury will behave as a benefic planet. But when we talk about the natural zodiac, it has got some lordship, it has got some energies to play, and definitely it will play the energies in that way. Because when we talk about the transit, we have to take many things into account. It is not about that a particular planet is transiting a particular house for any of the horoscope. The significance of the sign, it will always prevail. So this is a time when we need to also be very cautious when we are handling partnerships, because certain issues will come in front of you where you need to address it, where you need to come in front of it and you need to look into the matters, that what is actually going on between the partners, what are the things which are creating issues. So you will see that if you are in any kind of business partnership or in any kind of trade contracts, matters related to wealth, matters related to understanding or financial decision making will be very much important and significant as of now. There can be some kind of communication gaps or communication issues during this particular time regarding all these things. So if you are thinking of doing any kind of expenditures, or if you are thinking that I need to take this kind of decisions regarding my finance or my wealth, you need to be very careful, because Mars is retrograding in the sign of Venus of Taurus, which is the natural zodiac of the natural second house of the natural zodiac. Another way to look at it is that Mercury, since it rules over the third house of the natural zodiac, that is communication, and transiting along with Venus, this particular transit will also enhance the communication, mass media. So suppose anyone is associated with communicative field, or where we need to speak a lot, where we need to communicate with other people. Now that can be someone like someone who is a teacher, orator, public speaker, or someone associated with journalism, or it can be like someone is a very good artist speaking in front of the people. For them, this particular transit is a good one, because in this particular month when this transit is happening, they will be learning new things, they will be evolving themselves into some higher knowledge, and then they can act it in their work, because Venus on 29th of December, Venus will enter the sign of Capricorn. Now during that particular time something else will also happen that I will discuss in this video, but the important part here is that some good things are also there. Like suppose someone associated with money making or any kind of work related to finance, wealth, for them also this particular transit is very important, because they will be learning new things. Because whenever a retrograde planet aspects another planet, it is just like that we are working on certain things. We may not get the results very quickly, but it means that one way or the other, with our tries, with our regular work on certain matters, we are going to get good results. Like suppose if it is related to money, wealth, finance, because that is what Mercury is, and Venus is the ruler of the natural zodiac, in the natural zodiac the second house, money. So it means whenever we are talking about any kind of liquid asset or liquid money, the people who are working on those sector, for them also it is a good time. But suppose if you are taking any important decision related to wealth, then you need to be very careful, because all of a sudden expenditures can be expected, because Mars is also the 8th lord of the natural zodiac. So sudden expenditures, you may like it, you may not like it, may all of a sudden come in front of you, and it has already started. Now the question is, should I take it as a form of expenditure or loss? That is a very important question, because when we talk about loss, the 12th house comes into the play, and the natural 12th house is lorded over by Jupiter, which also rules the sign of Sagittarius. Pisces, which is the natural 12th house where Jupiter is transiting as of now, is 4th house away from Sagittarius. So you can feel as for some time that okay, let me do the spendings, let me buy it or let me take it. Initially you may feel that out of impulse and you can do something. Later on you may feel that I should have had some control over my expenditures. The same goes for speech and communication, because Venus is the ruler of the original second house of the natural zodiac, so it talks about our speech, our conversations, and Mercury rules our communication. So this is also a time when you need to be very careful that what you are speaking, whom you are speaking to. Sagittarius is a fiery sign, so it will make you feel that okay, let me talk it in front of the people, let me inform about these things to the masses. Okay, so this is also a time when you need to be very careful while you are talking about something, because that can lead to some kind of controversy also. So you have to keep away from controversial statements, because the impulsive energy of Mars is also there. So all of a sudden you say something and later on you may feel that I should have had a proper check on it. Now Venus rules over relationship also, as I said. Venus talks about pleasure, desires, comforts and luxuries, and fulfillment of desire is the 11th house. So Libra is 11th from Sagittarius, and Libra is getting aspected by the 10th aspect of Saturn. So this is also a time when you may feel, you may get at times frustrated that I am not getting the equivalent amount of reciprocation of love and care which I am devoting from my partner. At times you may feel that you are getting drained out. You are doing this, you are doing that, but you are not getting the same thing from opposite side. This kind of things can happen. Now someone will say that I am not in a relationship. Okay, Maybe you are not in a relationship, but what about you are dealing with other people's? So whenever you are dealing with other people, you have to be very careful. This is a time of not for any kind of expectation. Don't expect anything that I have cared for this kind of people, then I must also get the same kind of care. Because if you think about it, then this is a time when you may get a bit frustrated, because the 10th aspect of Saturn is falling on Libra. This is a time of showing your responsibility. Since Venus is transiting through the sign of Sagittarius, it is a beautiful time to learn new things, to praise the knowledge and intellectual ideas of other people and learn something from that. But you may feel that I am not getting the similar kind of appreciation from other people. It may happen. Now, depending upon your horoscope, it will vary. Since Mercury is also transiting, so at times it can make you a bit more critical. So that can lead to some kinds of arguments also. So stay away from that. Why? Because Mars is also aspecting it. And the most important part here is that on 28th of December, when Mercury enters the sign of Capricorn, and on 29th it turns retrograde in Capricorn, and that is the time when Venus also enters the sign of Capricorn. Then again on 30th of December, Mercury comes back into the sign of Sagittarius by its retrograde motion. So that will be the time, starting from 26th of December till 2nd of January. That will be the time when, although after 29th there will be change of sign for Venus and Mercury, because Mercury will again come back to Sagittarius, but they will be very much close to each other degree wise. Like suppose on 31st of December, Venus will be in Capricorn, Mercury will be in Sagittarius, but degree wise they will be very close to each other, although they will be in some different signs. So if I talk about it very precisely, then starting from 26th of December 2022 till 2nd of January 2023, that will be the time frame when Mercury and Venus, they will be very close to each other, although it may happen that they will be in different signs. So that will be the important time when we need to be more careful with our communications, especially with whom we are communicating. I will make a different content for that also, because now the things which are going on, that time the scenario will be completely changed, because retrograde Mars will be aspecting retrograde Mercury in Sagittarius. So that time we need to be more careful for our communications and communicative skills. One more good thing is there during this particular transit, during this month of December, at least for next 23 days or so. Since Mercury and Venus will be aspecting the sign of Gemini, and they oneself are getting aspected by retrograde Mars. So this is a time when you can work upon certain things which you love, which you like, but you haven't given attention to it in a while. So you can work upon those things. It is not a time to start new things. Why new things? Because after 23 days, when the retrograde energies will be slowly and gradually impacting the sign of Sagittarius more after Mercury turns retrograde. So that is the thing I am saying, that anything which you like, which you love the most, but you haven't given attention in a while in the past, you can work on those things. If you start those things now, you are definitely going to get good results, because don't forget, Venus will enter Capricorn and get conjunct with Saturn. So that time you will get that necessary focus and attention. The sense of responsibility will increase. If you are thinking to take upon any kind of investment decisions, then very important, you must be very careful during this particular time. I say it again and again, because this is what the planetary energies are indicating. Now, depending upon your dasa, depending upon your own horoscope, it will vary, but definitely it is going to give us varied results in different magnitudes. Although I made content for all of these in my December horoscope video, I talked about this particular conjunction and the aspect of Mars and everything, but still I felt that we need to have a better understanding of this particular concentration of planetary influences in the sign of Sagittarius, which is very essential as of now. Be it our partnership, be it our spouse, be it our health of this partner, or the trade contract, everything, anything related to business. Okay, so anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID to get one-on-one consultation with me, personalized consultation based on your horoscope. And you can also get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. And hope you have liked this video. Press the like button to and share it to your near and dear ones, so that they can also get to know regarding this particular planetary influences which are going to impact every one of us, correct? And if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video, you get notified instantly. So till then, when I come back with some another interesting video, I am signing off for today. Thanking you. Bye bye.